Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to, I don't even know what to call it, a whirlwind of news from, it seemingly like 9 o'clock Newfoundland time last night to honestly right now. There's just been report after report after report about Kawhi Leonard and what he's doing. It seems everyone has an inside scoop, and last night it seemed as if everyone thought he was completely gone. It was official, it was a done deal, and then that got retracted, and then the official reporters came out and said the decision wasn't made. So we're going to break down everything that has gone down so far, and then you guys can interpret what the real story is. As Riker and I mentioned, we're done making predictions. We've made our prediction. We don't care what anything else that comes out once free agency starts. Our prediction is he's going to the Raptors, and then we're going to believe he's gone once he's gone. So we don't care what anything else says. Everyone's looking for their narrative and all that, however they're trying to spin it. But last night, it all started with this random Reddit insider guy. His name is RD Ambition. He said, breaking news, Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers officially done. Both sides working on minor details, blah, blah, blah. And I saw that. This guy has a decent following. Apparently, he broke the Brooklyn Nets KD thing, or he said it before a lot of other people said it. So I'm not 100% sure there. I looked more into him, and apparently he said a lot of crazy stuff in the past, too. So he probably just fluked into the Brooklyn Nets thing. Then I kept hearing, apparently he's related to the Buss family. These are all, I'm not 100% sure on this guy. I didn't look too much into him. Probably should have before I made the podcast, but I heard a lot of rumors. This is all speculation, but he made this first account that Kawhi Leonard was gone. A lot of people believed it. Lakers fans were all over Reddit, Twitter, saying that he's officially gone, citing this guy. Chris Broussard follows him, and that was the tipping point to the night. I didn't really believe it was real once I heard it from this guy, and it wasn't completely conclusive, so I was still at bay. My emotions were still at bay. I thought, okay, it's just some random Reddit insider, whatever he calls himself. So then the night went along, and Kendrick Perkins, a guy that's been becoming more credible with his reporting, he's broken some stories. Actually, he might have been one to break the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not 100% sure on these guys' backgrounds, but Kendrick Perkins, everyone knows him as the player, the guy that got into a fight with Drake, a Celtics legend, OKC guy that was pretty good at the beginning of his tenure there and then struggled at the end and was really highly paid. But regardless, now he's on TV, and he's very a pleasant watch. He's very insightful and well-spoken on TV, and now he's breaking some stories. And then he said that the Lakers, it seemed like it was they're the heavy favorites unless the Clippers can entice Kawhi, work Doc Rivers magic in their meeting. So that was pretty discouraging to listen to, because Kendrick Perkins seems like a guy that's locked in. He hasn't been reporting for long, but he's pretty credible, so to speak. We're not 100% sure. I took it with a grain of salt because he's not established like Woj, Shams, or any of these guys, but still discouraging to see as a Raptors fan. And then finally, to tip it all off, Michael Rappaport. We always see him on Undisputed, and I don't know if he's on ESPN, but he talks to Colin Cowherd and Skip Bayless and all of them. He said it's official, it's a done deal. Kawhi Leonard is a Laker, and he's rotted about it, and he's a diehard Knicks fan. I don't think he has any reporting insights, but he's a guy that I'd say has some connections with the media people. So that's everything I heard last night, and nothing super conclusive, because you want to hear it from maybe Chris Haynes, Chris Carter, Shams, Woj, to really get the finalized note that Kawhi Leonard's gone. But it looked pretty sad. It looked pretty gloomy there for Raptors fans last night, and I went to bed, not gonna lie, pretty sad. I was a little bit more affected by Kawhi Leonard leaving than I'd like to think I would be, but that's how it goes. He's a superstar player, and I was just rotted that he's leaving the team, and because I'm confident the Raptors can win another championship if he stays. So I was rotted. I was certainly rotted about the Raptors, but we got a good future regardless. So I went to sleep, and maybe, I don't know when the reports came out, but the news came that all these reports were all kind of whack and out of touch. Apparently, Shams said on NBA TV that no decision has been made. Kawhi's meeting with the teams today, and reports broke out later that he had his meeting with the Clippers and the Lakers already. Not sure if he had one with the Raptors yet, but he said the Raptors are going to be given the meeting last, so they have the last word on Kawhi's potential free agency. But Shams said that nothing is broken, no decision has been made. Brian Windhorst came out and said that he's talked to the Clippers front office people, Lakers front office people, Patrick Beverley, players, everyone around. No one has a clue. There's no conclusive saying of what Kawhi's going to do. He's very tight-lipped, like we all expect him to be, and apparently nothing is leaked. Nothing's leaked out of Kawhi's camp. All the rumors that he has signed and made his decision to LA and that the Clippers are written off and the Raptors have been written off, they're They're all speculation, apparently. That's what Windhorst said. Nothing's been conclusive. That's what the top people, the top reporters, the most insider experienced reporters have said. Now, I'm not going to come on here and bash the other Twitter accounts or the other reporters, like Kendrick Perkins, these guys. I'm sure they may have gotten some information, but I'm going to roll with the people that are more established. And as I've said the whole year, Kawhi Leonard, because there's been sketchy news coming out about Kawhi all year. And yes, they have insiders like Chris Haynes and all them that we kind of bash the opinion of and maybe over dramatized, but they're people that have been locked in the league. And I said I'd start believing these guys once free agency hit, once Kawhi was forced to actually make up his decision, start making up his mind. So this is when you really want to trust the insider people, no matter if you like them or you don't like their takes. It doesn't matter. Those are the people you have to look at. So things are looking pretty even keel now for the Raptors today. Maybe, and I'll break down my opinion on it all after, and Rick Bucher came out and also said that he believes the Raptors still have a very strong chance at signing Kawhi to a one-year deal because then he could get a supermax and all the money that he missed out on in San Antonio, and he could have a chance to defending the title, especially with KD out another year. So that was Rick Bucher's take, and it seems everyone has an opinion. I'm sure as we speak, there's been more reports, more news about Kawhi Leonard happening. And actually, shout out to Danny Lovelace, too. He's our Twitter guy. Me and him run the Twitter. And he's been keeping everyone up to date, even myself, on everything he sees on our Twitter. So definitely follow the Twitter. Shout out to Danny. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been news happening left, right, and center. I know a lot of Raptors fans. It's been jarring. It's been certainly jarring. And I can't blame anyone for any of their opinions or what they believe on Kawhi Leonard right now. I'm going to give my take because obviously this is a Raptors Digest. You got to hear it from the Raptors Digest guys. But before I give my take, let me know in the comment section below what you think about Kawhi Leonard and this whole debacle that's happened recently with the reporters and the fake news and the real news and the reporters. It's certainly taken me aback, but I am still of the belief, even after it all, Kawhi Leonard will stay. And I made this tweet last night, holding on to the last bit of hope. I said that until something's official, until I see it on paper, until I see Woj tweet it, I believe Kawhi Leonard will be a Toronto Raptor next season. Just everything that's happened, all the news, or not necessarily the news, but everything we've seen out of Kawhi this whole season, how he's evolved, how he's loved the city, how he won the championship, all that stuff, his chemistry with his teammates. I am still a believer that it doesn't make sense for him to leave this season. If he's truly got his heart set on LA, just run it back one more year with the Raptors. See if you can win another chip. The stars have perfectly aligned for him to win another championship next season, and it would be weird for him to go to the Lakers next year with them forming a super team. Let them lose. Let them really show that they need you before you go there. If he goes now, it just looks like he teamed up with AD, LeBron, and did what KD did. Maybe not necessarily as bad, but it'd certainly be a very weak move in the eyes of a lot of NBA fans, except for Laker fans. I'll respect any decision he makes, but it still would rot me if he went to the Lakers. Just because, the Warriors dynasty just seemed... I still think the Warriors are going to be a very good team, and if Kawhi stays in the East, stays with the Raptors, they're my pick to come out the West. That might be a hot take. But if he goes over to the Lakers, that's going to be a complete super team, and we just went from one overwhelming dynasty to this one. So I'd like to see Kawhi Leonard stay with the Raptors. Not necessarily just because I'm a Raptors diehard, but because I think it's better for the league in terms of excitement and not knowing who will necessarily win next season. There will be a lot more... not necessarily parity, but the top teams will have to compete to win a championship. The Sixers got better, the Celtics, I think they've gotten better with Kemba Walker in there instead of Kyrie. You could debate the talent, but Kemba's, I think, will be a better fit for that locker room, and they added some pieces. The Pacers are coming back. They just signed Malcolm Brogdon. He's a very strong player. The Bucks brought in Robin Lopez and Wesley Matthews. They brought back most of their team besides Brogdon, so they'll still be good. I think the East will be a lot of fun next season if Kawhi stays, and then whoever comes out the West, it'll be a tough matchup. But if the Lakers come out, I'd love to see, as I've iterated on some podcasts, I'd love to see the Raptors versus LeBron kind of all come full circle in the NBA Finals and see what we can do against that team. But yeah, even after all this, I made my prediction the weekend, and I'm sticking to it. I know a lot of people were kind of disheartened, and maybe those initial reports that we kind of glossed over because the more credible or at least established reporters have kind of discredited them. But I still think the Raptors have a great shot. The one thing I would say is my confidence has waned a little bit. in terms of seeing these reports about the Lakers, and it gives me flashbacks. I'm not saying it's the exact same scenario, but it might have been Chris Haynes, actually. I'm not 100% sure of the reporter, so don't directly quote me on it, but I remember a reporter came out about the Gordon Hayward situation, and he said that Gordon Hayward was going to be a Boston Celtic early in a day last summer when the day that initially happened, and then a bunch of other reporters came out and said, no, Gordon Hayward hasn't made his decision. This is all speculation and all that. And then I'm going to say that reporter's Haynes. I apologize if it isn't, but Haynes left his tweet up. He stuck to it, and he ended up being right. He got the information before others. So this could possibly be a situation like that. The reporter I trust most out of the RD Ambition, Chris Broussard, what's his name? Sorry, Kendrick Perkins, not Chris Haynes, and the Michael Rappaport. I believe Kendrick Perkins probably has the most credibility so far from what I've heard of him on TV and some of the reports he's already broken. So that's a bit discouraging to myself, even after we've heard Windhorse and Shams discredit all of that. But as it always is with Kawhi Leonard, we don't know what's going to happen. We just have to speculate, take it all in, enjoy the roller coaster of a ride, and hopefully it ends up with Kawhi in a Raptors uniform holding up another trophy at the end of next season. Now I'm getting way too ahead of myself, so I'll just end off the podcast here. Check out the Twitter, the Instagram, all that cool stuff. As we mentioned, we're breaking down everything that comes out on Twitter, Instagram. So subscribe to this channel, all the social medias. We really appreciate that. You're the best to make this far. I'm signing out. Cheers.